bring a little from my mouth. Yeah. Hey, good night, good night, good night, good night, Kim. See you on the inside. Have some people already on the inside. Good night, everybody. Good night, everyone. Good night, good night. Let me know if the audio is good. Alright, give me some thumbs up once the audio is good. Alright. Hey Harold, what's up? Yeah, I know asking if you all can just give me some feedback. Let me know if the audio is coming in good. Yeah? Nice. Right, so you all know once you come on the inside, the first thing you do, we have to touch base. Hey, good night, Leslie Ann. You all know the first thing you do once you come in and you're on the inside. Welcome to Night Snacks for those of you all joining us for the first time. Right, welcome to Night Snack. Tonight I'm having I teach some of my mother-in-law coffee, Brazil coffee. I like it. It's still good. And I'm snacking on some oats biscuit. So I'm in coffee and oats biscuits tonight. Now I'm not a coffee lover, but it's help. It have a nice taste, so not bad. Yeah. You see my plate oat biscuits. Right, so you want to let me know what you're snacking on tonight? You know that's important. I need to know what you're snacking on tonight with me. All right. Let me see what we have here. So we have Harold. Welcome, Harold. Kim, water again, girl. Cheesies and water, lesbian. Anyway. No, I will work on our gas sponsor and I'll let them know all those who, who will be on the live for the night snack, and I'll try and have them probably sponsor some snacks for us on a weekly basis. You never know what can happen. You never know. All right, Kim. All right. Small goals. I hear you. I hear you. No problem. No problem. I get you. That's nice. I'm really glad. I'm really glad. Many of you all have been commenting. Some people have inboxed me. Some people have told me. They looked at the first video. First time, let me apologize for the last one. I don't know what went on with the signal, right, with the internet and stuff. It just really went crazy, and it actually interrupted and hindered even the actual recording of it. I don't know why. So it's not as if even the recording of it was done well enough that I could have posted it. So even though it came off, it fell off the net, that you all could have at least looked back on it. But barring that, a lot of people have commented on, the first one. They were really, really grateful. They like the little nuggets that they got in there. And, so keep sharing it around. It's actually up on YouTube. I have a YouTube page. All right, Anthony. Well, my stage name for those of you all that don't know is Christelike. All right, it's spelled CHRISTELIKE. So you can actually go on YouTube and look for Anthony Christelike Dolan. The video is there, so you can share that around. But it's also on my personal FB page here, so you can even take that and share that around with other friends and family that you wanted to share the session. Stuff that you think might really help them. But because I believe we all about growth and development as individuals, and if you're not, you should be. All right, because life is always changing, life is always evolving, things are happening around us, and we want to know that we are putting things in place in our lives that we could we could use as tools to push our lives forward, as we grow and we develop as individuals and as people. Yeah, cool. Hey, welcome, Mrs. Spring. Nice to have you on board. Welcome to Night Snack. Yeah, welcome to Night Snack. I want you chilling out with us. Yeah, to grab some sort of little snack. It could be, it could be a cucumber slice up nice, with some tomatoes. Or like me, as I told you, Team earlier, I'm having some Brazilian coffee and some oat biscuits. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so here what guys, tonight I want to talk on something that I mentioned when we started the last Thursday, and I was making mention of the fact that there seems to be a sort of upsurge. Now, I'm not a person that is easily swayed by the media. The media has their role. In order to sell stuff, they have to sensationalize it, right? And stuff. Hey, hi Debbie, welcome. Soup, what kind of soup you had, Debbie? Tell me what kind of soup you had. Tell me what kind of soup. Alright. Right, so I was saying that I'm not a person that is easily swayed by the media. Because they do what they have to do in order to sell, right? Media, newspapers, online, the hard copies, whatever it might be, right? But I was just making mention of the fact that there seems to have been an upsurge of, let me use the term domestic violence, more so along the lines of men, you know, performing some really, really brutal acts against women. We've seen this even last year, as a matter of fact. A good brethren, a fellow artist of mine, known as Fahrenheit, Samuel Selkridge, actually did a song, for the women and stuff. Because since last year, there seems to have been this type of upsurge in it. All right. Hey, smoke bone and pig. Debbie, you put on that pot. Smoke bone and pigtail, you say, Right. Nice. Yeah, I'm feeling for soup now. I'm going to continue with my oat biscuit. Kim, how I sad? I don't understand why I do. I do anything. Right. Yeah. Now, as a result of that, I was saying last week I want to talk about it, but I'm really not going to talk about that directly. All right. My approach to it is really going to be in a very, very holistic manner. Several of my Facebook friends, in several of their posts, commenting on these different issues, and I shared my views with them, and they shared their views with me, and I was telling them that we need to look at this in its broadest context as possible. Yes, we have to be concerned about the victims. In some cases, sadly, a lot of the women lost their lives. Some of them have been severely battered and bruised, throughout the process. And this is not to downplay that in any way. But my concern is the things that are causing men to do that. What are the triggers? What are the things that are motivating our men, my brothers, um, to find themselves performing these type of violent acts against women? All right. I always believe all all men have mothers. That's the only way that they could have entered the earth anyway. So you have a female in your life, even in the basic form of a mother. All right. Um, the some cases you have sisters. Some have female friends and stuff. So the question is, what is causing men to become so violent? What is causing men to perform these acts? And we could find so many possible reasons, but each case is going to be different. That's a reality, right? Each case is going to be different, and as I said, this is not to justify or pacify the acts. This is not even a matter of finding a reason for them doing what they're doing to try and say, well, it's not their fault. As a matter of fact, it's their fault, in the sense that at the end of the day, you are an adult. You made a choice. You made a decision to do whatever it is you have to, and you have to pay the consequences. Whatever the consequences will be or should be, all right? You have to pay the consequences for it, all right? But my thing is about finding a resolution for it. Means that we have to look further than just the immediate acts, all right, that are prevailing our media right on our space, all right. So here's what I said, that I started sharing around on my story and on Facebook, in my personal story, and in there you could always check there if you want to get an idea as to what will be the next topic. I usually drop those little hints there. And I said that I want to talk about relationships. I want to talk about relationships because, as I said, I want to approach the topic in a very, very broad sense. And guys, please remember, this is my personal view. These are my personal opinions on whatever topic it is that I'm talking about. And feel free to share your views with me. You could drop your comments right here. If you want to wait till after and send me via my Facebook inbox to drop your comments there as well. For those of you all that use more of the YouTube, if you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel and you want to drop your comments there, that's fine as well, no problem. So you can share your opinion with me. I'm very open to hear what people have to say and their opinion on topics. All right. And I mean, it's not a matter of agreeing, right? But we would share. In the sharing, we will be able to see probably a lot more. All right? Good. So, relationships. A lot of these instances have come out from relationships. And I think for the best of us, relationships are things or is a topic. Relationship is a topic that we get so much ideas and feedback from people, so many suggestions about what people think a relationship should be and how a relationship should function, and what the man should be doing in the relationship, and what the woman should be doing in the relationship, and what should be happening in a relationship. And so many, with all of these bombardments of ideas and suggestions, the question is, have we really taken time to try and understand, first and foremost, the different types of relationships that we have? There are so many types of relationships. I have seen people post on statuses on Facebook, statuses, whichever term, statuses, whichever one works for you, right? On Facebook, on sometime on their WhatsApp status as well. Things about relationships. There are so many memes about it and stuff. But the thing is that a lot of these memes, when I see them, I always wonder if people have taken time to understand the types of relationship that we have, and what are the governing principles that should rule these relationships. All right. So I want to start with the first and foremost relationship that we of ourselves find ourselves engaging in. And it's one of the relationships I think we don't really pay much attention to, honestly. I think it's a relationship that we overlook. I think it's a relationship that we take for granted. And because we take it for granted, we really don't value it to the point where we don't see how this relationship, this one relationship that I'm going to start with, how it affects all our other relationships. And that relationship is the relationship that you have with yourself, with your personal self. You and yourself. A very, very crucial relationship. All right? Now, I enjoyed myself growing up because I think that is something that I learned early in life. I am very, very thankful for that. That I understood the importance of having a relationship with myself. So, in order to understand what it means to have a relationship with yourself, it means that we have to touch on some basic things that are supposed to happen in a relationship, right? First and foremost, honesty. All right? Honesty. Many of us don't know how to be honest with ourselves. We find excuses for ourselves. We justify things that we do. We justify things that we say because we really don't want to face ourselves sometimes and say, you know what you just did or what you just said probably wasn't the best thing to do or probably wasn't the best thing to say. The decision that you made, some of us just don't want to be honest with ourselves and say, I made a bad decision. And the thing is that because we think for some reason that we're not supposed to make mistakes with ourselves. We think that we are not supposed to understand that process of growth that allows for mistakes and faults and errors to be made in our lives. We sometimes have situations where we are even taught to feel that you're supposed to know better. Yes, we are supposed to know better. But a lot of times our learning and our growth towards knowing better comes out as a result of the bad decision that we made. It is strange. A lot of times people say that you don't need to go through experiences for yourself. And I understand that. If somebody tells me that a fire, you putting your hand in fire is going to burn, I can get that. I don't need to actually go and try it for myself. But if accidentally my hands does end up in a fire, I could definitely say for a fact that your hand being in fire will burn. You know what I mean? And the thing is that this experience now helps to solidify my knowledge and bringing it back to the fact that us having a relationship with ourselves is that us being honest with ourselves helps us to realize that, hey, I made a bad decision here. What caused me to make that bad decision? I started to look within myself. I started to find out is it that I wasn't listening enough? Is it that I thought that I had all the information? Is it because of pride? I didn't want to hear whoever was talking to me? Whatever it might be. But just being honest with yourself helps you to grow so much, helps you to value your experiences so much. All right? And it sets the foundation for the other relationships that you're going to have. Right? No. So that is honesty. What about communication? No. I remember people always say, right? It's okay to talk to yourself. They always say there's no answer. Right? But in communication, you have to talk to yourself and answer, right? That is what communication is a two-way thing. What you say, what is said is out there. You listen, internalize, and then you respond accordingly, right? But this is like mad people thing. But sometimes it's alright to appear a little bit crazy in my books, right? It's fine to be a little bit crazy. So when I'm talking about communication, are you saying, am I thinking that you're supposed to be sitting in a corner talking to yourself and saying, and then people looking at you in a corner, you're reasoning out with yourself, and some cases you feel to argue with yourself. And I've seen people do that, eh? I've seen people like, oh gosh, Anthony, seriously? Yeah, knock your head and that kind of stuff. But do you know that's healthy? It's healthy because in communication, there's a sense of openness. When you are able to vocalize what you think, that requires a sense of openness and freedom. Because that's what communication, that's where communication has to come from. It has to come from a free place. When you are unable to voice how you feel or how you think, and you feel limited in doing that, there's a sense of restraint. There's a sense of almost a sense of bondage. Let me use that term very cautiously. Almost a sense of bondage. But the thing is, in communicating and in speaking, what you're actually doing is allowing yourself to free yourself of the thing that is inside you that is bothering you, that you need to just get out. And you're talking to yourself and you say, boy, Anthony, that you should have known better, you should have done better. Why did you do that? Seriously, why did you do that? And when you begin to talk to yourself, what you're actually allowing yourself to do is to hear what it is that is happening on the inside and how you feel about a thing. Because sometimes we know, Sometimes we know. Sometimes we actually have an idea. But it is in vocalizing it, in actually saying it and just speaking it, that it helps to reinforce what is being thought or what is being felt on the inside. So that you know within yourself could sit back and say, yeah, I understand. And it's healthy. It's healthy. When I'm talking about this first relationship, this key relationship where you need to have a relationship with yourself. So I spoke about being honest with yourself. A very, very popular quote from one of the famous writer, Shakespeare. I think from the play Hamlet. He says, "To thine own self be true." So in other words, if there's anybody you need to be honest with, if there's anybody you need to be truthful with, it's with yourself. The day that you have to lie to yourself, that is the greatest deceit you will ever have in life. Alright? And then I talk about communication, actually being able to vocalize how you feel, speaking your mind, and just speaking to yourself and getting how you feel and think about whatever is that you did or you experienced, or the decision that you made, or the choice that you made, whatever it might be, and just speaking about it and getting it out there so that your other sense, that hearing ability, your auditory sense, is able to hear that and be able to respond. Alright? By internalizing and understanding and saying, okay, yeah, I did make a bad decision. So honesty and communication is very important. Two very, very important tools in a relationship. Alright? And then I saw this I think it was over the weekend. I was looking at some videos. I found myself, really trying to surround myself with really meaningful things. Just as when I started talking about goals, right? One of the goals that I have is to really allow myself to be exposed to positive uh, things that would help me to think in a particular way, to operate in a particular way, and to grow, as an individual. So there are a lot of videos I started looking at on different topics and stuff, hearing different views and opinions on it. That's helped me grow. And one of the things I heard over the weekend is that it's important to laugh at yourself. No, what I got from that is that it's important to enjoy yourself. It's important that you appreciate who you are. It's important that you love who you are. Right? Because listen, if there is nobody in this world that ever loves you, for whatever the reason might be, whatever the reason might be, I just say, you have to learn to love yourself. Learn to look at yourself and laugh. Look back on someone, just laugh and enjoy yourself. Learn to enjoy being by yourself. There's a lot of people I know cannot handle being by themselves, because they always need company. They always need people around them. They always need, for some reason, there's a heavy dependency on people being there to validate them in some way. I don't know what it is. A lot of people are even afraid of being by themselves, because a lot of us can't face ourselves. And in those quiet times when it's just you and yourself, it's hard. You can't even face yourself and say, just spending time with yourself. It's like a challenge. It's like a real challenge just to be by yourself and to allow your thoughts to roam with just you and yourself. A lot of people, they can't do it. Let me tell you something that I used to do. Before I got even a girlfriend, before you had girlfriend and wife and all those different things, I had a habit of spending time with myself. What I would actually do is that I always loved Sunday evening. For something, there's a nostalgia about Sunday evenings that I always enjoyed spending time with myself. So what I would actually do, many years ago, God, I made that song like a real old boy. Alright, it's not so long ago, it's just some time ago, alright? But anyway, the point is, I used to go to KFC, right? Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's when I used to do the KFC thing, right? In Arima. That time they were on, I think that street is, I think that's Broadway. So that's when you're coming from the dial, for those of you that know Trinidad, coming from the dial and you're heading south. Alright? So this is in Trinidad. And there was a KFC there, and they had an upstairs and a downstairs area. Alright? And Debbie, don't make out the scene now. I tried to get past the whole time ago thing. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, I appreciate that. Alright, but what I used to do is that I would go to KFC, and I would sit down. I used to always order 2-piece chicken, and the side is always biscuits. I always liked their biscuits. Well, the biscuits back then was a lot different to what it is now. I used to like buy 2 biscuits and 2 pieces of chicken and a juice, right? And I would sit up there, and I would be there for like 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours, just sitting on up there all by myself. I'm looking for no company, all right? Up there eating my chicken and chips, and I would just look through the window. There was a nice big window they used to have, and you could see a little bit up to the dial and a little bit lower down from the dial as well. And I used to do that occasionally on a Sunday. Sometimes I would jump in a maxi and take a drive to Port of Spain and just go and look at a sunset on that side. Sometimes I would go. Back then it was a lot. I mean, sad to say, times have really caused it to be so unsafe to do those kind of things now. But I would go and look at the sun. Sometimes I would go on the Branara Promenade in Port of Spain, and I would sit down for hours. Sometimes if I decide I would carry a book to read, sometimes I would just go and sit down there and just look again, look at people walking around, and just enjoy scenery and those different things, And it was such, I found so much joy, you wouldn't believe, in doing that, just spending time with myself. What it did for me is that it helped me to appreciate myself. I didn't need people around me. I didn't need a whole lot of company, right? Just me and myself, and just enjoying that. Some evening I'll stay home, read a book in my bedroom. Don't come out for hours for the entire evening. People want to know if I'm home, right? But the idea is just to really love yourself. Just spend time with yourself. That is so important. And sometimes when we get into relationships, some cases when children come along, and you don't have, you find that you have to do this, you have to do that for them, you have to prepare, you have to organize, you have to look after them and stuff. But that time by yourself is still so important. Be it a half an hour or an hour or so, just for you, just to spend some time with yourself, because that relationship with yourself is so important. It helps you to stay focused. Remember, let's just bounce it back on the goals, right? You may have some goals, and it's in those times you could then look back and say, hey, I want to do this with my life and stuff. How am I going to do it? And you need some time to reflect. So sometimes if husband or wife or children come into the mix now, and you still have some goals in your life and stuff, you sit back now and you wonder, okay, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to accomplish. And you're taking into consideration these other factors that are now there. But you can still achieve things, but the time with yourself helps you to be able to reflect and look at that and to even make it happen. So loving yourself is important. Being honest with yourself, communicating with yourself, and loving yourself. Nothing is wrong with that. And I think for many people, they don't have, or they never had that opportunity to spend time with themselves. They never took time to appreciate who they are and grow as an individual, grow as a person, grow as someone that knows about themselves and how they think and how they feel about certain things and how they see things and how they value certain things, and and just have a sense of self-worth and be an individual. So many of our young people now don't have an image for themselves. It's always caught up in something. It's always a matter of what people say about them, what the media say about them. If makeup is the in thing, well, they know they wanna do the makeup thing because that is what in, or a hairstyle, or some new dance move, whatever it is that is there, that the social media or whatever form it might be that is propagating and saying, hey, this is what you have to do in order to stand out or to be or to be accepted, and people gravitate towards it because they've never taken time to have a relationship with themselves. And it is so unfortunate. It is really, really unfortunate. So many young people now, they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to think for themselves, how to rationalize things for themselves. You know what I mean? So guys, I really want to start that. I say there are going to be a few of our sessions I'm going to be talking about. It's going to be different ones, different types of relationships, because as I said, that we've never really taken time. We talk about relationships, but I really think that we've never taken time to understand the different types of relationships that we have and how they're all governed by different things. Your relationship with yourself is different to the relationship that you're going to have with your parents. It's going to be different with the relationship that you're going to have with your friends, because it is governed differently. There are different rules and stuff that is there. There's so much, So we talk about relationships, but I don't think we've already taken time to understand the different types of relationships. And I think if we do that, it's going to help us to a good extent remove some of the taboos or some of the cliche concepts that is there concerning relationships. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Kim. Yep, yep. That's very, very true. Very, very true. A lot of people get into relationships and they lose themselves. They don't have an identity. You know, they don't know what it is to think for themselves and to have an opinion because for some reason, again, you know, as we were talking earlier, because some people think that you lose that. Wow, who says that you have to lose your sense of, of reasoning when you're in a relationship? I don't know. I don't see why you have to. You know what I mean? Yeah, Leslie. Well, I know Leslie would have an idea because you know that was um when KFC was there. It was really really a very popular. I mean, we used to have lines of people coming up from KFC on a mountain. So, you know. But listen, guys, a relationship with yourself is very very important. Don't undervalue that. And I wanna suggest that take some time and begin building one. It's gonna be some work for some of us because you know we probably never have done it. We probably never taken time to really appreciate who we are for various reasons. You know, it could have been from because of external influences. You know, but again, don't be afraid to be honest with yourself. Don't be afraid to be honest with yourself and speak to yourself. Communicate with yourself. You know what I mean? The way that you feel and you think about stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. All right. Thank you all so much for joining me again. I'm really enjoying these little interactions with you all. It helps me. Sometimes when I bring these things back up, it really helps me to even look back, you know, and look within myself as well. So again, please don't think, as I said, these are my opinions, but I'm not even speaking from a standpoint as if I know it all or I've accomplished it all. It's not about that. It's just that what I have learned, I'm just taking this time just to share with you guys, and I want you all to share with me as well. You all may have experiences on stuff, on things, and don't be afraid to. I said if you don't want to leave the comments on the live, you could drop it in the inbox. That's fine. You can work from there. I'm not gonna. If you don't want me to, you know, actually, I wouldn't. I don't have to call your name. You know, I'm just definitely, but might make reference to some of the opinions and statements and suggestions that you all will give. Yeah. So guys, have a good night rest. I still have a. When I talk with you guys, it'll be so much fun. I forget to finish up my snack, but that's fine. I'll get something. All right. But I really, really enjoyed this evening, and where we started, we're gonna be talking about this a little bit because I think that it's really an important topic. Share the video with your friends and your family, and you know, see what comments you get on it, and yeah, let's see how we could build up one another. We need to build the way that we're gonna change our society is when we do our internal work, and as we do our internal work, it's just gonna spill out. All right. So guys, have a good night. When that time to hit the sack, you know, have a good night rest, and yeah, we're gonna link up again soon. All right. Hi Debbie, I'll relay your message. I'll relay your message. Yes, Leslie, and I done already. Alright, so guys, you'll have a productive day tomorrow, and until we meet again, it should be on Thursday. Hopefully, yeah, might be a little bit different on Thursday, but again, check out the my story, right? You could always sometimes see I'll post sometimes what maybe the next topic or what's going on right there. All right. Yeah, Leslie, I know you drop me some comments, and you know we'll talk more about it. So guys, good night, love you guys. Get a good night rest and have a productive day and week until we meet again. All right, good night, everybody. Mm-hmm. It pops up on the